Hello guys, today we are talking about top 9 countries with most nuclear weapons. 9 countries possess nuclear weapons. In total, the global nuclear stockpile is close to 13,000 weapons, while that number is lower than it was during the Cold War, when there were roughly 60,000 weapons worldwide. It does not alter the fundamental threat to humanity these weapons represent. For example, the warheads on just one US nuclear armed submarine have 7 times the destructive power of all the bombs dropped during World War II, including the 2 atomic bombs dropped on Japan. This growing new arms race is raising the risk of nuclear war. Number 1. USA. Total nuclear weapons 6,550. Total nuclear tests 1,030. First tested July 1945. Most recent test September 1992. The US arsenal contains about 5,500 nuclear weapons, 1,389 of which are deployed and ready to be delivered. The weapons are kept in submarines and 80-foot deep missile silos across 5 of the Great Plains states. Others are stored at Air Force bases where they can be loaded on long-range bombers. 150 US bombs are deployed at air bases in 5 European countries. Roughly half of the deployed weapons are maintained on hair trigger alert, able to be launched very quickly after a presidential order. These alert focus include almost all of the 400 silo-based intercontinental ballistic missiles and a comparable number of warheads on submarine-launched ballistic missiles can be launched within a couple of minutes, SLBMs within 15 minutes. The destructive capabilities of US weapons range widely. The most powerful weapon, the B-83 gravity bomb, is more than 80 times stronger than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima. The smallest weapon has an explosive yield of only 2% of that. Number 2. Russia. Total nuclear weapons 6,800. Total nuclear tests 715. First tested August 1949. Most recent test October 1990. The Russian arsenal contains 6,300 warheads, 1,458 of which are deployed combined with the United States. This accounts for more than 90% of the world's nuclear weapons. Antagonism between the United States and Russia goes a long way in explaining the slow pace of nuclear weapons reductions. Russia, however, has made it clear that it will only make further nuclear reduction if US missile defenses are also legally constrained. Left unchecked, these and other tensions could lead to an arms race and make nuclear conflict more likely, especially in the times of crisis. Number 3. China. Total nuclear weapons 270. Total nuclear tests 45. First tested October 1964. China developed nuclear weapons during the Cold War and has since maintained a relatively modest arsenal of an estimated 350 warheads. Just over 100 of these warheads are assigned to missiles that could reach the United States. Unlike the United States, China does not keep its missile on high alert. Most of the warheads are not attached to their missiles during peacetime. China, like Russia, is concerned about continued US investment in first strike options and missile defenses. US and Chinese experts have warned these concerns may cause Chinese leaders to increase the quantity and improve the quality of its weapons. In the absence of diplomatic initiatives, China is likely to continue expanding and improving its nuclear forces. Number 4. The United Kingdom. Total nuclear weapons 215. Total nuclear tests 45. First tested October 1952. Most recent test November 1991. The United Kingdom has an estimated 120 operationally available nuclear weapons, warheads that are on board their submarines or can be loaded fairly quickly. All these weapons are sea-based and carried by Trident submarine-launched ballistic missiles purchased from the United States. reversing a previous pledge that it would not exceed a maximum of 180 nuclear warheads. The United Kingdom has announced that its new ceiling would be 260 warheads, an increase of more than 40%. Number 5. France. Total nuclear weapons 300. Total nuclear tests 210. First tested February 1960. Most recent test January 1996. France maintains an arsenal of nearly 300 deployed nuclear weapons. Most of these are based on submarines, with the remainder on air-launched cruise missiles. France sees its deterrence strategy as strictly defensive, but does not rule out the possibility of being the first to use nuclear weapons in extreme circumstances of legitimate self-defense. Number 6. India. Total nuclear weapons 120 to 130. Total nuclear tests 3. First tested May 1974. Most recent test May 1998. India possesses about 150 nuclear weapons and is producing more. Although long simmering conflicts with Pakistan have historically been the focus of India's nuclear program, it is also increasingly concerned about relations with China. This complicates the regional situation further, as any moves that India makes to modernize its nuclear weapons in response to China will inevitably threaten Pakistan and could increase the chance of an arms race. Number 7. Pakistan. Total nuclear weapons 130 to 140. Total nuclear tests 2. First tested May 1998. Most recent test May 1998. Like India, Pakistan has about 150 nuclear weapons and is producing more. The future size and makeup of its arsenal likely depends heavily on what India does. An increased emphasis on short-range tactical nuclear weapons, however, raises the concerns that Pakistan may be lowering the threshold for using these weapons. Number 8. Israel. Total nuclear weapons 80. Total nuclear tests 0. First tested, not confirmed. Most recent test, no confirmed tests. Israel does not acknowledge having nuclear weapons, but it is commonly accepted that the country maintains roughly 100 weapons. Its arsenal makes other nearby countries more interested in acquiring technology for nuclear energy that could, if diverted, allow them to build nuclear weapons. Number 9. North Korea. Total nuclear weapons 10 to 20. Total nuclear tests 6. First tested October 2006. Most recent test September 2017. The world's nuclear club is an exclusive group, and it has become even more dangerous with the relatively recent and unwelcome addition of North Korea and its leader Kim Jong-un. The United States wants the Rouge regime to give up the nuclear weapons ambitions. However, North Korea is the only country to test nuclear weapons this century, and Kim has emphasized that nuclear weapons are a fundamental part of his regime's national security. North Korea is one of the 9 nations to have stockpiled nuclear weapons, about 14,500 total worldwide, a figure that has declined since the World War. As the Cold War ended, North Korea found itself in economic turmoil. Desperate for diplomatic leverage and eager for security assurance, its leaders accelerated a nuclear program. Attempts by the United States to limit North Korea's nuclear and missile programs have ended in broken promises on both sides. Today, North Korea has enough nuclear material for 30 to 40 nuclear warheads and may have assembled 10 to 20 weapons. It also continues to develop its long-range missile capabilities, though its capabilities remain unclear. I hope this video of top 9 countries with most nuclear weapons would be interesting for you. If you liked the video, please subscribe the channel and don't forget to hit the bell icon. Thanks.